So little Marco Rubio used to be a senator. In fact, he used to be a pretty well-respected senator. He was thought of as a pretty serious guy, well-liked and well-respected by people on both sides of the aisle, no matter, what you think of his politics. He was a serious guy. Now, he is, among other things, a professional turd polisher. I mean, you have to be. He is Donald Trump's Secretary of State, and so a big part of his job is to try to clean up the messes left by his incompetent and batshit crazy boss. And so that is what he's doing right now, following Donald Trump's insane press conference where he talked about the United States taking over Gaza, kicking out all the Palestinians, so that essentially he and his billionaire buddies can develop the property for their own personal gain. And so Marco Rubio is having to deal with the fallout of that. And he posted a tweet where, he's trying to put the best spin on that he could. And he wrote, "Gaza must be free from Hamas." As POTUS shared, the United States stands ready to lead and make Gaza beautiful again. Our pursuit is one of lasting peace in the region for all people. Now that's an interesting spin on what Donald Trump said. The truth of the matter is that bears no resemblance whatsoever to what Trump said. But be that as it may, Marco Rubio is not really who I want to focus on here. One more thing, though, because I just can't help myself about Marco Rubio. Becoming Secretary of State, I know that's a really great, prestigious position, but to be Secretary of State to Donald Trump, this was a really stupid career move for Marco Rubio. It is not going to end well for him. He had a really safe position. Senator from Florida, as I said, well-respected, at least he had been. He could have been senator for as long as he wanted. He could run for governor. He could again run for president one day after Donald Trump is gone, and he wouldn't have to, polish turds for Donald Trump and kiss his ass to stay in MAGA's good graces. He could have just kept his head down, kept his safe seat in the Senate, waited for Donald Trump to go, and then, made his move for governor or president, whatever he wanted. Instead, he decided to be Trump's Secretary of State. I don't know if this man has been in a coma for the last 10 years, but his political career is now on suicide watch, really. The clock is ticking on his political career. As soon as he pisses off Donald Trump, or as soon as Donald Trump needs a scapegoat for some reason, Marco Rubio will be thrown under the bus and his career will be destroyed, because when Trump fires people, he then trashes them. And so Marco Rubio is just one late night of Donald Trump watching Fox News, getting pissed off on Truth Social or whatever. He's one of those late night rants away from being fired by tweet and having his career destroyed. Really stupid move for Marco Rubio. People thought this was a smart guy. Maybe not so much. Anyway, again, I don't want to make this any more about Marco Rubio. My point is about Rand Paul, because Rand Paul responded to little Marco's tweet where he is trying to clean up Trump's mess and polish that orange turd. And here's what Rand Paul wrote, because apparently Rand Paul is not happy with what he heard from Trump about Gaza yesterday. And here's what he wrote. "The pursuit for peace should be that of the Israelis and the Palestinians. I thought we voted for America first. We have no business contemplating yet another occupation to doom our treasure and spill our soldiers' blood." I have a couple of words for Rand Paul. Rand, America first is a meaningless slogan. as is make America great again. Both of those things mean whatever the hell Donald Trump wants it to mean. Whatever Donald Trump says or does, that's America first. Whatever the hell Donald Trump says or does, that is make America great again. It has no meaning in and of itself. You voted for slogans. What you really voted for is a cult leader. Because Donald Trump has no principles whatsoever. He has no position on any issue that he won't abandon tomorrow if he thinks it suits his own political interest. And not even political interest, personal interest. What you voted for was to continue destroying the Republican Party, because the Republican Party is no longer a political party in any meaningful sense. It is a cult of personality. That's why those slogans mean whatever Donald Trump does at any given time or says at any given time. Okay? It could mean one thing one day and something the exact opposite the next day. Because this is a cult, and the cult follows the whims of the cult leader. And so you voted to continue destroying your party. You voted for an insane person to be the leader of your party, to be the cult leader for another 4 years, and to destroy this country as he sees fit, and you people all going along. So don't give me, I thought I voted for America first. You voted for a criminal. That's what you voted for. You voted for an insurrectionist, a traitor, a seditionist. You voted for a man who caused the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people through his incompetence in his first administration, and who caused the deaths of people in his insurrection, and caused people to be badly beaten. Donald Trump has done more damage to this country than any president in American history. That's what you voted for, Rand. You voted for fascism. You pretend to be a libertarian type conservative. You voted for an authoritarian, which is the opposite of what you claim to be and claim to support. Libertarianism, okay, that stands in direct opposition to authoritarianism. Libertarianism is about individual rights and personal freedom. You voted for a man who doesn't believe in any of that. He wants to use the oppressive power of the federal government to suppress speech, to destroy people he doesn't like. And you call yourself a libertarian and a conservative? Donald Trump is in no way a conservative. That's what you voted for. You voted for an oligarchy. We have the world's richest man now in greater and greater control of the federal government. He and a team of no-name 20-somethings are going through various departments of the government, firing people at will, shutting down departments, shutting programs, stopping payments. And all of Donald Trump's rich tech buddies and other billionaire friends, they are going to get whatever they want out of Donald Trump because they bought and paid for him. This is a government of, by, and for oligarchs. That's what you voted for. Rand, libertarian, conservative. You voted for a fascist oligarchy. That's what you voted for. So don't give me now, after it's too late, to start whining about, oh, I thought I voted for America first. Then you're an idiot, Rand. Finally, you have always held yourself up as this great champion of the Constitution. You voted against the Constitution. You voted against the oath you take to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. You voted for a man who has violated the Constitution more than any president in American history. and has violated it in countless ways. I can't even keep track of them. In just 2 weeks into this second term, he has violated the Constitution more than we can even keep track of. That's what you voted for, Rand. You own this. You and little Marco and every damn other person who pretends to be a conservative, pretends to be a libertarian, pretends to be a constitutionalist, you all own this. Donald Trump and his team of fascists and just truly despicable people are working on destroying the very Constitution you swore an oath to defend. They are trying to remake this constitutional republic into a dictatorship. That's what you voted for. Is that what America First is about? You say, oh, I thought I voted for America First. What exactly did you think that meant, Rand? A man who promised during the campaign to be a dictator on day one? That's what you voted? That's what America First means? The founders of this country warned again and again and again about giving too much power to the president. That's why they built in this system of checks and balances, with the biggest check on a president being impeachment. You voted against his impeachment. A criminal who tried to overthrow the government because he was butthurt because he lost an election. You voted to acquit that man of inciting an insurrection that we all saw on TV. And you pretend to be a constitutionalist? Those founders, the framers of the Constitution, that you pretend that you support what they did, what they created? They would be appalled. They warned against people like you. Sycophants who would betray their oaths of office in the Congress to hold a rogue authoritarian president accountable. They warned against people like you, Rand. And you talk about your disapproval? I thought I was voting for America First. No, you knew damn well what you were doing, Rand. So with all due respect, and from the bottom of my heart, screw you.